Peace. This is Wise for Wise Words Media, back at y'all for another round. And I've been hearing some people say lately that the New York Giants, that contract that they gave Daniel Jones was terrible. They overpaid for Daniel Jones. But did they? So let's delve into this, right? Let's do the knowledge. First and foremost, there's a key word that's associated with Daniel Jones' contract, and that is incentives. Daniel Jones' contract is incentivized, meaning there is a baseline salary, and then it can go as high as the number that was projected that they gave us, which was $40 million per year. So the Giants and Daniel Jones worked together on this one, right? There was some suspense, but they worked together at the end of the day, because when Joe Shane and company took over last summer, they could have extended Daniel Jones and picked up his 5th-year option. They didn't. There was enough there for Brian Dable, Mike Kafka and company to feel like, okay, let's try to work with this. Let's see what we get. So when they gave Daniel Jones a trial period, which was this season that just passed, the 2022 season, Daniel Jones passed the test. Not only did he pass the test, he made it to the playoffs and won a playoff game and balled out with over 300 passing yards, touchdown, etc. So if the Giants would have last year picked up Daniel Jones' 5th-year option, Daniel Jones' baseline salary would have been $22 million per year, right? By doing the guaranteed contract that they did this year, Daniel Jones' baseline is $18 million. So his baseline is $18 million, meaning that's what's guaranteed. It's not $40 million guaranteed per year. It's $18 million. Here's the incentives. So the details we got to look into further, find out what's the details of the contract itself. But the incentives are simply things like, and this is hypothetically speaking, if Daniel Jones records over 3,000 passing yards, you get an extra 10,000, right? So that 18 million baseline becomes 28 million baseline. Now let's say they say, if you make the playoffs again, we give you another 10 million on top of that. So now let's say Daniel Jones throws for over 3,000 yards. He'll be up to 28 million. And then if he makes the playoffs on top of that, he's up to 38 million. You see where we're going? That's what the incentives are. Things like that. If he hits certain benchmarks that season, then the Giants will come out of pocket and give him more money. But for now, they are only obligated to give him 18 million. Now, if they would have if Jones and the Giants would have went the route of giving Daniel Jones the franchise tag, because I'm seeing memes around like laughing at the Giants and that Daniel Jones is making more money than Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson. Not the case. Lamar Jackson got a franchise tag, which for a quarterback guarantees Lamar Jackson $32 million. So if the Giants would have went the same route and franchise tag Daniel Jones, he would have got $32 million guaranteed. That would have been his baseline if he would have been franchise tagged. But at the 11th hour, the Giants and Daniel Jones agreed on this contract, one hand washing the other. They worked together, where Daniel Jones is now agreeing to an incentivized contract, but because they're only guaranteed to give him $18 million, there's another $14 million between that 32 to 18, another $14 million that they can use now to get themselves a wide receiver, get Daniel Jones some weapons. So no, this was not a bad contract. In fact, this was a very good contract. This was an excellent contract when you go into the details of the contract that was given to Daniel Jones. So, especially based on the season that he had last year and the chemistry that he had with Mike Kafka and Brian Dable, they seem to be heading in the right direction. And that's what you want. You want a team, you want your team, if your team's been bad for a while, you want them to project that they're going in the right direction. Just like with the New York Knicks, they're projecting they're going in the right direction. Same thing with the New York Giants. Giants did it before the Knicks. They projected they're going in the right direction. So now they got that extra $14 million to play with to throw at a wide receiver out there, you know, that may want to move on from their team. You got guys like Gabe Davis, who's a home run hitter. That dude, Gabe Davis, will get you some home run plays. You could get a Brandon Ayuk that's out there. You could get some quality wide receiver play. You could get a big name wide receiver now that you got that extra $14 million because Jones agreed to the incentivized contract and they were able to place the franchise tag. Instead of placing it on Jones, they placed it on Barkley. So now you're getting back a reunion for another year of Saquon Barkley and Daniel Jones, which was good enough to get us to the playoffs with no offensive weapons. Let me repeat, no offensive weapons. We had nothing but practice squad guys. And that team made it to the playoffs with no offensive weapons. Our number one weapon was our tight end, Danny Bellinger. So Bellinger was our number one weapon. And, you know, Bellinger was good, but Bellinger's not a household name. But yet and still, he was our number one offensive threat, our number one weapon. So now, this contract allows the Giants to have the flexibility to go out and get themselves a prime wide receiver to go along with this offensive set. So yeah, in short, the Giants got it right. They did the right thing. They went about the offseason business the right way. And now when free agency starts in the next week or so, let's see what moves they got up their sleeve. So, I'm Wise for Wise Words Media. Peace.